So the Meta Project is an industrial design studio course which happens each year in the fourth year of the program. It's a course that pairs industry partnership with the industrial design students to blanket them in the opportunities of the professional sector. This year, the partnership was with Lazzoni, the largest furniture brand from Turkey.
We founded as a wood joinery, like traditional house builders. My great-grandfather used to do that, and my father kind of branched that into furniture, and he founded Lazzoni. Then I brought it into the United States. I studied at RIT. 2009, I graduated at, and 2010, we opened our first showroom here in New York City, Chelsea. And today we're at 11 locations and 6 states, and we're growing every day. We still have students of my great-grandfather, like the real artisans, real carpenters. We still use the same old techniques. We always believed in the people and the value that people bring into the business. We're kind of very sentimental on that point, that we have a very large section of our factories for old school craftsmanship and cabinetry and handmade joineries and everything.
The Meta Project course was developed in part to leverage the opportunities and inherent wisdom located in the archives of Lella and Massimo Vignelli, which we house at RIT. The students of the course begin their studies in this particular project by diving into the archival holdings and are able to discern important historical lessons from Lella and Massimo's life's work.
So when it comes to the student work and also their personality, it first came to 1, understanding the Vignellis, 2, understanding Lazzoni and what they want, and incorporating those characteristics with their own in order to make a successful chair.
So I think that when it came to combining Lazzoni, the Vignellis, and my own personal design style, something that I really had to take into consideration is where do all those things overlap, and where can the best of each of those kind of come together. So where I found that they overlapped is in timelessness and simplicity, taking inspiration both with forms and the overall collection of each of those different groups allowed me to kind of come together and create my design.
With Josh, when I came to him for advice on my process or research or design form and language, he was able to deepen my thought process and make it more intellectual rather than trying to persuade me a certain way or trying to go through a certain path that he saw. He kind of just gave me questions and made me think about where I was coming from and who I was designing for and where it would go. So that really helped me kind of not just figure out the design language and the final product, but it made me think as a whole as to who I was and what kind of designer I wanted to be and where I wanted to land. Even though my final chair isn't the original prototype, it made me kind of think of the potential of things. I mean, Josh said I acted like a provocateur, basically pushing the manufacturing team to make something that they wouldn't have imagined making before. So I think what's important is the potential of things and trying to push beyond the standard to move beyond what is already there. This whole experience has been kind of profound for me. It just kind of made me realize my potential as a designer and what I can actually do in this world to make a change.
This really exceeded our expectations. Went above and beyond. That student work came out phenomenal. This was such a joy, this was such a journey and a pleasure to really go through it. And I think it's, for our brand, for Lazzoni, it will shape our future and how we look at design and how we look at student projects. It's gonna shape, I think, students' future of doing such a project as a student. Your work being displayed in Manhattan, in New York City, in the center of it, really thumbs up, and my best regards to RIT, then to Vignelli Center, then to Josh and all the students for such a phenomenal and inspirational and beneficial project for our company and also for themselves, for their future resumes and portfolios.